just like you look really small. Luckily,
thank you, production.
Luckily, production cut away in time for you. Oh, look, G2's map pick. It was Ascent. They do love it from start to finish. This is always their go-to time after time. After I've continued to say how small Mitch is. But yeah, everyone just go on Mitch Man on Twitter and just tell him he's not perfectly average height, as proven by this stream.
I mean, I've got some mathematics I think I've shown you before that prove I am. But anyways, that's fine. It's fine, James. Let's ignore the facts. Let's go with your alternate facts.
What, you mean that you're not perfectly average height?
Yeah, I mean the lies you like to spread on the internet. You know, you're like.
So should we Google the average for your country?
No, we're good. So into Ascent. This is a really interesting map, James. Now, like, between these two teams, I think we're going to see a lot more when it comes down to controlling the middle area of the map. Looking at their last game, what is always quite surprising to me when I look towards G2 is how often they get aggressive and how often they just get away with it. And I started to look into why, and as I was saying before, it's not this dumb aggression that you'll see from most teams or a lot of teams. Let's not annoy too many people. Which is down to, okay, let me just push this part of the map. And it's a very directed, like, you try find some info there. When it comes down to G2, they're consistently using their teammates to try and set themselves up for advantages on every angle. And they're really smart about when to aggress and when not to. I think Davidp does an excellent job towards B of controlling that part of the map without giving too much away.
Yep.
And that was something that I was very critical. And again, I'm always happy to put my hands up when I'm wrong in the early stages of someone on the lineup or anything like that. I was a big critic, God, that took too long, of Davidp when it came into this lineup. It's something that was quite open about in the previous event we were working Banks, and by the end of it, he completely won me over. And I think that just speaks to how solid of a player that I came in with prejudice against him from the previous game I'd seen him in Counter-Strike, in the lineup on Heretics. And there was a lot of stuff there that he was not doing right, and yet he came into this game and has completely fixed that up. I'm really happy with the Davidp that we've got at this stage.
And I'm glad you touched on that, right? Because one thing that we've definitely seen throughout this is that a lot of players can reinvent themselves on a game like this.
Yeah.
Because they come in with a new lease of life. It's something different. This style of game might just suit them a little bit more than the previous game they played. I think some of the most successful players we have seen a lot, especially here in Europe, have been some of the ex-PUBG players, ex-CSGO players. They're really the ones that are making a big name. CS definitely seems to be the main one. It's the closest crossover to it. But you can see a lot of those fundamental skills seriously helping them out here. Scary thing, though, for BBL right now, Mitch, is the G2 are starting on the attacking side this time. We know how out of control this can get on Ascent anyway, let alone a G2 that's on fire after that last map.
Yeah, this could definitely get a little bit crazy, if we're being honest. When you see G2 dictating the pace on any map where they like to already be a very aggressive team, it's going to be difficult to deal with. They've already pushed BBL back in towards a defensive position in the defensive spawn. Now, initially, you're going to see that off the bat, the Omen is playing quite passive. He's low HP, so he's trying to flash in and smoke for his teammates. But unfortunately, not a whole lot is happening on the back of that, except for more health being lost. The cNed goes down to 1 health. paTiTek dealt with eventually, but so much damage is being done. Surely it starts to go back towards G2 eventually, and it doesn't look like it, as they all end up falling with just 1 kill from ardiis. Look at the HP remaining on the BBL players. I was completely counting them out because of that. Omen, Jett, Sage, Cypher as well, all 4 of them. They're all 50 HP or sub, and that's insane that they managed to still get in there on that retake.
That's the benefit of not going 1 by 1, right? Taking damage from all sides, full attack as you try to go for that retake. And again, just a strong start. It's the pistol round going in favor of BBL. They love it.
They absolutely do. You gotta get those early starts.
Look at the upgrades though. Look what we're seeing here from G2.
I mean,
so they got the spike down.
Yeah,
they got the extra money, but this is how they want to utilize it straight off the bat. Not just some upgraded pistols and still buy the next round. They're going for the full investment. They're matching fire with fire, but is it going to work out for them? Oh, I love this boost as well. paTiTek put himself up high. It's so many times just not checked, and especially on a round like this, it's likely that BBL might try to get a bit more aggressive on the defensive side. cNed having to push back just a little bit here as the slow comes out towards him.
Remember, when it comes down to best of 2s, it is all about even just winning that 1 map. It doesn't matter if you end up tying. It's just a far better position. Whereas in a best of 3, obviously, you go down 1-0, it's a very demotivating factor. Aslan, my God, he's just shredding them. 3 kills already, runs out of ammo. And then Davidp's able to deal with him and get a second. Heal, I think, is up as well. He's full health now, running away with a Phantom. He's made it into the smoke, where Russ deals with him. The fact that they walk out with 2 kills after a triple opening by Aslan, that's pretty damn good. Well played by Davidp.
Here.
Still an interesting buy coming out from G2 for this one. Here we go.
They've tried for the heal, couldn't get it done. But look at this. For Aslan to go down, okay, and the second frag is what impressed me the most, because cNed just went crazy aggressive. And we talked about that Omen flash already, the damage that they can do when you throw out Paranoia. I think it's definitely the best flash in the game at the moment. Oh, we come back to a completely dead G2. They only had a couple of pistols.
Rolled pushing in.
And they just got absolutely torn apart with the pistolas. But yeah, when we look in towards the Omen flash, I feel like it's definitely the most powerful in the game at the moment. You know, Phoenix you can turn away from, same for Breach. You got a rain at limited range, you can shoot it to destroy it. But Omen, if they're there, they're blind. That's it. It's huge range when it comes down to the diameter of it, and indeed how far you can throw it. You set your teammates up. And obviously it has the disadvantage of being able to flash your teammates, unlike Reyna's, for example. Well, it's the only example.
The G2 now need to start firing back against the BBL team. Davidp going for his aggression at mid, sneaking his way through. You see how differently these teams play it compared to what we saw the first time round from NIP and Giants. They left mid open oh so often. Oh, Aslan's in a great spot here. It's not going to be checked. paTiTek goes down. He was good for 2. ardiis does get the refrag, but it doesn't matter as LEGOO rips his head clean off. The door gets closed, and once again, BBL just holding strong. They got these positions that G2 just aren't checking correctly.
Now this is impressive from BBL, from Aslan in particular. I mentioned him as a solid player. Oh, they've even spotted out Jett. Goodbye, Mixwell. So I mentioned Aslan as a solid player when it came into this series, and previously, obviously, versus G2. Said it enough. He was playing on the Raze, and now it's been the switch up to his main of Omen. Provides more value for the team overall. I was just excited to see a Raze again, to be honest, in the hands of a player that really excites me. But as an entry fragging Omen, he is solid, and on the defensive side, locking down entry fragging for his team as well, apparently. I'm surprised to even see G2 thinking about going towards the A side after the punishment that's been dealt out now. 2 rounds out of these 4.
What's paTiTek got planned, considering he's got Spectre with him? Everyone else is just on pistols. Got 25 armor as well. He's going to try and find his way in. He does get 1, but that's all. And it's Aslan again. He's a monster right now. Every single player that went in front of him got absolutely shredded.
Make that 3 rounds out of 5. I think at this point, if I can just take over calling for G2, Aslan's A, go B.
Stay away from... Look at this. 1, 2... Okay, they've only got pistols and no armor, most of them. A couple of them had armor, but he just doesn't move. Just turreted them completely. You don't need Killjoy in the game. You just need Aslan.
It's more so about how quick the kills have been coming through. Like, yeah, okay, they had pistols, but he manages to just line them up, bang, bang, bang. You do that versus rifles, you're probably taking a little bit more damage, but that's it. A lot of them didn't even get a shot off.
Solid stuff. Imagine G2 go 1-1 early on. I know it's hard for us to say, but it's the attacking side again that we normally see the strength come out from. Aslan's in a different spot this time around. cNed's going to potentially bait him out of position. Oh, this is huge. It's kero doing it as well. They've got a great read on what G2 are doing. Every single round we've seen something different come out from BBL, and G2 just don't have the answers.
Making the best of a bad situation, at least grabbing the ultimate up for Jett. He would have gotten it anyways because he dies. Makes well down. It's all to pyth, and he misses the first shot. Doesn't know about the player up close, and that's Aslan again to close out the round. 6-0. Let me just assure you that these name tags at the top are not backwards. It is G2 that are down on 0 rounds.
You know, if I'm Aslan, I'm just using my ult every time it's up because I'm going to get enough kills anyway that I'm just going to have my ult pretty much every couple of rounds.
You know, they've played this map 12 times. Of those 12 over on G2, I'm talking about, they've started on the attacking side 8. And of those 8, they've won 75% of their attacking rounds.
See, that's what I'm saying. Their attacking rounds are normally so strong for G2. They need to wake up. I don't know what's going on.
Get out of my way.
Now, when they've started on the defending side 4 times...
Oh, no. This can be bad, isn't it?
100% of rounds.
I know exactly.
Damn.
According to this, 12 zeros. That's not true. There's an 11-1. So I'm not. The stat is skewed.
You can't trust the stat you read.
Yeah, I was like, that seems weird. I don't remember 4 12 zeros.
I also remember that really bad game they had at WePlay where it was like their defensive side, they had like 2 rounds and they still somehow won when they came back.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in fairness, they've won, what, 40 out of 48, basically. So still
pretty strong.
Pretty damn strong, yeah. Had to quickly do all the adding. I think it was 39. But anyways, it's fine.
They're just going on the hunt now. I respect it from G2, but you want to be a bit careful. Kero is actually close. Is the site empty? There's no one in the site. He won't be able to get it though.
This is no problem.
Oh.
No way he gets away with that. The old pop, he can survive that long enough, I think. So, lucky someone peeked around to take care of him. You had to pop an ult and lose a player. So,
could you imagine if he got that? My oh my, they must have just heard that. I wonder why they were getting so aggressive. Like, this wasn't the time to do it. You need this round for sure. Finally, they do get a round though. It's 6-1. But BBL have made the defensive side look hella impressive right now.
See David getting taken out. There it is from another angle. Boop, he's gone. So yeah, 6-1. G2 have finally succeeded in getting a round. Now the pace is going to be set a little bit differently. The tripwire set outside of A, long push. They're going to go straight into B. The wall down. That's delaying them like quite a bit. Breaking it eventually. See how quickly when everybody shoots at it, how quickly it goes down. They've already spotted. I think they spotted cNed at least. Russ is taken down by the boost. cNed's going to get it all done with the ult in hand. Misses the shots. Oh, nice with the classic. But goes down right afterwards. And Aslan, who TP'd to the back of the site, is looking to save the day yet again. He's managed to blind a lot of them with that paranoia. But that prompted them to push backwards away from the shock arrow of LEGOO. And it looks like they're saying LEGOO towards the A site. There's already... See, the thing about the position that BBL are in right now is they've got a lot of Cypher util all over A. So they can very easily just stick in position.
Yeah.
And just have that Cypher check the cam the whole time.
Yeah, they don't have to be too worried at this point.
Also, I just get Cypher back B and just leave him sat on the cam the whole time so we can spot it out straight away.
ardiis is trying to get as much extra info as possible while the rest of his teams do make their way towards A, but instantly, drone's taken out. ardiis would need to at least get 1 kill here. Needs to try and make this viable for his teammates. Oh, they're spotted out at least. Aslan's found ardiis. They now know that the rest of the players are pushing into A. It's a 2v3. BBL do have the advantage. Spike needs to go down now. Right at the back of the site. paTiTek's getting it done. But how is their afterplant position going to look? They've got so many angles to cover from here. One under rafters. paTiTek on the site. Straight away he's taken down. They must have an idea that he's going to be low. They need to do this together and they need to do it smart. One jumps down, but straight away pyth's on top of it. Can he clutch it out? No, he can't. kero's on top of it. It's another round for BBL. Try as they might, G2 cannot get these rounds together.
That was almost incredibly awkward with the drop down one at a time, offering up those 1v1s. Luckily, though, it ends up going in their favor still. That was a right click, wasn't it? Oh my god. Get returned on by the classic. 7-1. The Brazil has come out to play, and I don't think the G2 are going to be very happy about that. 4 in a row needed to get to, I mean, a decent position to fight from. We know the defense is solid as can be, but you don't want to play this loose. Mixwell, again, having a rough start. But, I mean, so are the rest of the team. ardiis, who was top fragging in the first half of the previous one with 19 frags, or 18 possibly.
Yeah, see, in this, right, I don't need to harp on about them too much because, in general, if they're losing, I don't expect them to do well. It's the games where they're winning, and it's like, Mixwell's just not hitting the shots I expect him to hit. Sometimes he's just really hit and miss with the operator. And I guess that's why sometimes we're now seeing ardiis hit it up a little bit more, right? It's harder to lock down. But this is real scary of your G2 right now. Real scary. Straight away. Russ able to get a 1-for-1 out of it. G2's going to push in. Mixwell's being revived. They're trying to give him an advantage in it. Oh, the Sova ult went in. That must have hit nicely.
Oh,
the Sage got tagged up. Doesn't go down, though. This is still winnable for G2, but they're going to have to hold strong.
Davidp's already used up his heals, so he's going to wait a bit before he can pop it yet again. cNed spotted out this time. Dangerous with the smokes around. The swings going towards G2 one after another. And Aslan, he's on 35 health. He's broken the door. They know exactly where he is. And winning this one is impossible at this point. He has to just look for exits and go to save this weapon. Maybe the saving not the most important thing on his mind at the moment, considering the amount of rounds they've won fairly convincingly. But he goes down with just 1 kill. 7-2, G2 managed to get back up on the board, but there's so much more to do before they can really feel comfortable. I want to see them at minimum 4 rounds. Because, as we said before, a 9-3 scoreline, at the point where BBL then win the pistol round, it's pretty much 11-3. And at that point, they can pretty much just rush every site again and again, and eventually they'll probably win those 2 rounds.
And you got to remember, BBL have won every pistol round so far.
Yeah, exactly. So
even if they lost the first map, they were the pistol pros when it came to it. And remember, they got 6 rounds in a row before dropping the first round here to G2. G2 sweating right now. They want a clean sweep to start off this tournament. But it might not be possible unless they can really turn things around. We've seen them do crazier things. Oh, kero through the smokes, getting the job done. It's Mixwell that falls again, and by now he's going to be tilted off the face of this earth. cNed only with 10 health left. Kero just continuing to spam through. They're trying to push him now, but there's so much cover for him. cNed's getting healed up, so he'll be back up there, but ardiis walks his way around. Kero oversteps the mark just a little bit. It's exactly what G2 needed, but they're not out of the woods just yet.
No, G2 have definitely got a difficult task considering the low HP on Omen, but the advantage in play for just a second longer. But there goes kero being revived.
And they're running the clock down again, Mitch. This is where it gets really scary.
Oh
goes down.
How does he get out of there? That was a crossfire.
Yeah.
pyth doesn't return a shot. cNed takes shots in the back, but gets out. He didn't even have a dash.
That's painful to watch, especially if you're G2. You just can't get things going. It's not working out. paTiTek looking to seal the deal and get the job done here for him. They've now found their way, and the spike is going to go down. The defenders of the site have been taken out of the equation. Davidp's in a really good position. It might be left unchecked if he just doesn't push forward and waits for them to go in front of him. Oh no, he's going for it. He wants to be out in the open. He wants to try it, but they still might not check it. Oh, he gets both. They lined up for him. Only one left. It's the Omen and Davidp. That's what you want to see. 3 kills, 3 headshots, and that's G2 getting a couple more rounds now, chaining them together finally. But they need to keep this going. They've got the momentum now. Can they keep running with it? Oh,
that's nasty. A little double lineup from Davidp. The spray afterwards as well for the triple, just before his teammates' paranoia hit.
Solid, really solid.
Here's a teddy bear coming to say hello, poking in through the window.
Aslan slowed down a little bit now, but they aren't going back towards A as much. G2 feel like they found the weakness within the B site straight away. They're so fast. Unmatched aggression right now, and this is the G2 we know and love. This is what we're used to seeing. kero may have been able to sneak in, but that's not going to be enough. No problem for the spike to go down. And the 4th round, the vital 4th round that you mentioned, Mitch, looks to be had here by G2.
Yeah, I think that's plain as day at this point. It should be their round unless all of a sudden a frenzy is going to become the best gun in the game. Sheriff retrieved by LEGOO, but a 1v3 is going to commit the drone to it. Spots one there, gets the drone onto him. Out goes the shock dart, but the push is too strong. He had a player bottom mid as well, 2 pushing top. There was no way he got out of that. It's reversed on this map, isn't it? Top mid and bottom mid. Either way. Towards the attacker side of mid, which is called top mid, I found out.
Okay, so if G2 can get this last round, then it's definitely doable, right? It's just we expect so much more because their attacking side is normally so great. Mixwell, though, 2 for 11. You don't see it that often.
Right here.
No, it's not. For Mixwell especially. That scoreline in general, you don't see.
It's like when people are talking about G2, right, it's like ardiis, Mixwell, used to be Mixwell being like the star, but I definitely think ardiis is the star of this team now. And then you look at your paTiTek, right? Then you look at like Davidp, who's also been just stepping up recently.
You know, this is one of the teams where I feel like, as I was saying before, genuinely you can't. Oh, that's a beautiful paranoia.
There we go, Aslan again. Oh, he nearly gets the second one, but LEGOO's there to do some bit of cleanup duty. Davidp finds cNed. It's not looking good now, though. They try to hold on. Russ is looking to try and save the day. Is he going to be aware? Now he is. The cage goes down. The wall, he just skeets across it. Oh, my God. pyth, you just about managed that, my friend.
He could have just straight crossed mid to B. And is there a chance at this point they think he was stuck behind that wall?
Cypher camera's still on B, though. So they'll be able to at least see if they're checking the camera.
Is that pyth's tripwire is the question. I think he threw it at the start, right? Yeah. So that means he even has light control towards that side of the map.
Yeah.
That's pretty huge. He'll get caught by this one, I think, as he jumps down.
Surely.
No, jumps over. So there we go. Plant going down. They still haven't realized. And oops. Now they know. It's time to start moving. Cam goes out. Caught by the tripwire. Does nothing for him, really, right? They already knew he was around this area. And lucky that it's tripped at this stage and not, 20 seconds later.
Hear the footsteps. Slow comes in. He's got himself the first kill. pyth looking to clutch this out. He's now got to play it smart. His camera's going to get the information for him. Cypher on Cypher. But he's also been spotted. He didn't expect the camera to be there. They're playing with fire. They're playing with each other. pyth misses the first key shots. Tries to hold on, but it's not going to work out. Kero comes in clutch.
That tripwire working a charm for him as he manages to find it. 8-4 now. The scoreline that G2 needed is achieved, but only barely. I mean, realistically, for BBL, 8 is good if they manage to continue through with their pistol win rate and put this up 10-4. That's a massive lead versus G2. And really, okay, we've seen things change half to half. ardiis half 2 of the previous map definitely slowed down. But there needs to be a big step up. The hero of Mixwell, not here in this series. Didn't show up to the server. The ardiis, he was there map 2, but now he's fading away. And you can't put all the pressure on the back of Davidp. He's been good in the previous map. But you can't let him do it all here.
And the thing is, right, we said this, normally if Mixwell has one bad game, straight into the second one, he's just playing lights out again.
Yeah.
Some days, though, you just can't hit those shots. Some days, it ends up like this. It's all about staying headstrong, not getting too tilted. I remember you were watching some of the Mixwell stream during the WePlay tournament, weren't you? You were getting some good insight for how it was feeling, what was going on. Sometimes it gets a bit chaotic in the G2 camp when it comes to their comms. They were the favourites in this. They need to hold on to it. Davidp, though, ghost in hand. He'll get himself 2 kills, easy peasy. Might be lemon squeezy as he gets the third. Finally, Russ able to shut him down, but ardiis is just there tapping away. Only good for 1 though. But Kero all alone, spike in hand. 1v2. Will you be the clutch master? Trying to back away. You're heavily tagged up. Caution in the wind. Kero doesn't actually have all the information. Spike's going to go down, which is at least beneficial for the creds. Oh, location revealed. That's not going to be ideal. You swarm from both sides. And finally, they lose a pistol. Out of 4 pistols, they won 3. Pretty good stats for them. But it's just huge that you can get that pistol then into the second round normally pretty convincingly. Now, last time around, when G2 lost the pistol, they forced up. So let's see what BBL want to bring to the table. Do they have the confidence to do so? Just pistols, so they're not forcing up like into the SMGs and stuff. They're just keeping it standard. I respect it though. It makes the most sense.
That goes there.
It's more conventional.
This goes here.
Yeah, I think taking an eco on round number 2 is what most teams are going to be doing. G2 in the previous, I think, was just sheer confidence. They felt like they can come in and take that buy and have a good chance of winning the round. Evidently, BBL don't feel the same. When it comes to attacking side Ascent, they do want to push towards top mid. Bottom mid, excuse me, technically.
Oh, Mixwell.
Nick's good for one. I think he just backs off at this point. Good shock dart, no kill from it.
Ooh.
Continues to face. It's only pistols. He's got full HP. Why not? Get a bit of stat padding.
It's a confidence booster. He needs it right now. Give it to him. Bring Mixwell back online and back into form. And also, give him as much money as possible so he can get the operator in his hand.
Does that as well. 2 rounds in between them. This is a position where, realistically, you can't speak too poorly about G2's performance. It was rough in the first half. They're coming into this one. They're winning the pistol with a 3K on Davidp. And that was really the thing, right? We're talking about you can't put all the pressure on Davidp's shoulders, and yet, I mean, here he is just standing tall even despite it. Now they look to do a little bit more, and this is the round that matters. This is the one that we talk about. Those first 2, you can do whatever the hell you want. It's very hard to judge how buy rounds are going to go based off of the pistol, certainly based off the eco.
cNed though found ardiis straight away on this round. So ardiis pushing forward maybe a little bit too heavy. Ooh, sneaky. But I like this. They try to match you with a bit of aggression themselves. They want to be careful they don't line up for him. They're going to know the Omen's close, and that's a second kill. Aslan's getting the job done, but LEGOO's there to back him up. They're going to be able to enter into the A's site. They've got the numbers advantage, but can they hold on to it? pyth is so close. Does he have the information, though? Does he know? Is he aware yet? Yes, he is. That's the spike taken down. pyth gained a bit of control back in his arms. He needs some backup, though, from his teammate real fast.
Looks like it's not coming. Mixwell's gone over towards the B side just in case it's a big fake. And BBL delaying just those extra couple of seconds have found themselves now a much easier situation as they push forward. They've spotted pyth. They know where he is, and it looks like they might want to deal with him.
Nice.
It's a wall that goes down, but gives him the ability to just climb on over it. He's moving forward. Spike planted. He's heard dropping down. They know exactly where he is, but Mixwell's on the flank. pyth here just trying to make noise. Hasn't got his cam up for another 20 seconds as it got destroyed, so he can't really cause the hassle he wanted to. But Mixwell's able to grab the kill from the backside and now move in towards the site with his teammate. They're not in a position to trade off each other, but cNed falls, and this leaves it into a 1v1 with Mixwell's departure. pyth has to win this one. He's holding the right angle, waiting for it, and the timing works out. Kero thought he was already on site, but no, and an easy defuse now to put G2 up on 7.
21 health on pyth. Kero could have just stayed there, but he tried to just a 200 IQ it and play around the smoke, and instead, pyth just was patient as ever, dealt the damage, and picked up the clutch. Kero had been clutching out so many rounds for his team as well this game. He's going to be kicking himself after that one. And there's now 7 rounds up on the board for G2. They're pulling it back on their defensive side with just 3 in a row after such a dominant early performance here from BBL. And this is the problem with G2. You can never count them out. They are never down and out of this.
Right here.
Well, 1 round in between them. They're never down and out in the G2 side, but from what we've seen of BBL so far, it's definitely not time to call it quits on them. They've got the capability of walking away with this one, but they're a little bit hampered in this round. Already losing cNed and going down to a man disadvantage. An aggressive wall by Davidp, who looks to continue on fighting. This is the problem now as the Phantom swings through. Aslan not going to be kept at bay for long. The shock dart around to the right side. Little do they know Davidp is still here, waiting up close for a fight. But eventually, as he realizes the wall is going to break, he decides to just leave. Get out of there with the 2-man or the 1-man advantage they have. Heal himself up and let the round play out.
There was certainly a part in his mind there where he thought, Do I just hope they break the middle wall and stand behind the other wall?
Yeah.
But no, he made the smart decision. He backed away to live to fight another day. There's a push back onto A, which has been the favoured site here for the BBL squad. Continues to be the focal point, but can they find some more success here? They need to find some entries, but ardiis is just spraying through. Picks himself up the first kill, no problem at all. They start to push through. paTiTek's there as well. And they're just like lambs to the slaughter.
Yep, one by one they go in and fall. The rifle of paTiTek cleaning house, and G2 have found themselves an equalized up 8-8 scoreline. Getting better and better as time goes on, and we mentioned their defensive side was very strong. Winning out that pistol definitely helped them. We said it was something they needed. It was essential. Otherwise, you would see BBL up 10-4, and at that point, it's quite difficult to make it back in. You've got to be flawless. And although the stats may say they were, they haven't been as of yet. 12-0s are oh so rare.
Yeah. Damn impressive, though.
That's the thing, right? Every pistol in this game, pretty much, even the classic, under the right conditions, is viable.
Oh, this is a
So
nice spot.
winning 12-0, I mean, ecos carry much more weight than they would in some other games. It's quite important. At the same time, they're not massively overpowered to the point that you're sat there going, you know, let's just buy pistols every round.
Yeah. Doesn't make sense to do that, that's for sure.
I remember there was a long time as well where we said the Phantom would never be used. And then we realized, you know, with the gun kick, when you hit that first headshot, you're going to kill them. Like, they're not going to hit their shot back on you, and as long as you can spray the second shot downwards, you're good. So it's quite a... Oh, the lineup, and then you can spray like that. ardiis just taking down 2. Mixwell on another spike down, and that's a disaster. Oh, even the paranoia, but somehow cNed makes it out of there.
How many lineups have we seen today? Mistakes continue to be made, and they're greatly punished. That is less than ideal. Kero now just hoping him and cNed can back away and find any opportunity. Oh dear. He does still get it onto Mixwell, who tried to dash away as fast as he could.
What?
That cage just bounced off the stairs casually.
I've not seen that one
Oh,
before.
if Kero goes up high, he could be seen, though. This is the problem. Trying to make his way around.
You will not kill
He's not
my
got much
runner.
health. Davidp gets the revive onto Mixwell, though. pyth, he seals the deal. He saves the day. 9-8 now. G2 in the lead. They've done it again, Mitch. They can drop all these rounds, but they'll keep on clawing their way back. And oh, this is just so harsh to watch. Boom. Easy clap. He does go down to cNed, but it doesn't matter. Their fate was sealed from that very moment. It's just so unlucky. It just looks painful to watch.
This timing is just so good for G2 on that one. Such a good read
This should go.
of when those players would be coming down middle. Knowing when the time to aggress was. And having so much of the map already covered off towards short. And yeah, they didn't have to worry about that angle. 8-9. A position now that sees a very mixed buy from BBL. They've got a couple rifles that are going to look to do the work. And other than that, it's just pistols to work around. Realistically, this isn't a round that should go their way. We're looking at likely double digits. But that Jett ult is going to help out a lot. cNed, I don't think it's been massively impressive with them so far. I think the majority of the time that ult has been popped. Those knives just land into some concrete.
He's been super unlucky. Like, pops the ult, dies. Tries again, pops the ult, dies.
Gets rezzed,
Yeah.
dies immediately. Like,
It's like, I just should stop. Fast play coming through, though, towards B. Davidp looks to be pushed off position, but it's not going to work out for him yet. They're lining up for him. They're just giving him easy kills here. cNed does land one with the ult, though, but Mixwell's got one of his own, and it's straight to the head. He's looking for more, but pyth backs him up. 10 rounds for G2, and BBL, slowly but surely, they can't get it together on their attacking side.
that's ridiculous. Davidp with the triple. That recon dart as well, spotting 4 of them in one spot. And immediately you just see ardiis go, yeah, I'm going to ult them. I think you have to ult them when they're 4 that tight together. And yes, he didn't get any kills with it, but he did so much damage, allowing Davidp to just basically breathe on them, and they were dead. They just blow them over like a piece of paper.
Right here.
20 kills on the board for Dave. He's always been good on Ascent.
Yeah.
This is the map where he won me over. Remember, it was after an Ascent game, the way he held in toward B, he was playing aggressive but smart.
Was that the one where he got like 31 kills as
Yeah,
well? Yeah,
that was
so
one.
good.
But it was like, not only was he getting the kills, he was getting them in the right scenario. He wasn't just running forward going, where's the frags at?
And it wasn't against an easy team either.
No, it absolutely wasn't. So that's the thing. Davidp, Ascent, he's a beast. Just in general, he's a really smart player. I do. Oh, hold on. We'll talk about that in a minute. ardiis running in with an Omen, and I think that just kind of.
Oh dear.
It screams confidence. You know, if you're running in like that.
Cheeky scousers. You can't trust them, can you?
Not at all. Not at all.
ardiis like, oh, we got a 2-round lead. Yeah, let's bring out the Odin. I'll rush forward. He's making it work though. Will he get any more kills? We'll have to wait and see. As cNed 40 at the site, but it doesn't matter. paTiTek's there ready and waiting. Mix-up will go down. This is still doable. Spike on the floor, and LEGOO in a great spot, but he's been taking some damage now. Shock dart's going to go through. Oh, ardiis, this is where you might have met your match. The Odin at range isn't going to work out. 1 versus 1. LEGOO low on health. They're darking and dancing around each other, but he's going to get it done. G2 get their 11th round on the board. paTiTek holding strong with that Omen. Came through main, he made it work, and he'll even be able to grab the operator back. I respect it, ardiis, but that Odin, if you probably had the Vandal or the Phantom, then you might have just got that kill. Made it less expensive.
Let's be honest. I don't think ardiis is the kind of guy that goes, what gives me the best chance of winning this round? He's like, boy, should I buy an Odin? It'd be pretty funny if I did.
Was that your attempt at a Scouse accent then at the start?
No, that was just my...
Thank God.
That was my excited voice. Should I buy an Odin bite?
Oh, this is a nice spot.
I can't do Scouse accents. I wouldn't even attempt to try it. I feel like ardiis would beat me up.
Push is going to come through fast again here from BBL.
It's just disrespectful.
Well, they get through though at least. So the positive here is they've got the job done, but Davidp's already in the back lines.
Coming right up behind them. And it's a problem now for ardiis. I feel like he has to swap off that.
Yep, you got to stop.
Like it was funny the first round, but now you're losing rounds because of it. Cypher cam, in comes the drone, and it's spotted him as well. Mixwell can't even get out behind 2 walls.
Mixwell can't catch a break today. And that was a really good fast rush, straight out. They went in for ardiis, and that was it. No one else from G2 got even close. All right, Mr. Producer, give us that scoreboard. I want to see if ardiis has learnt his lesson. Is he buying the Odin or not? Ah, no, thank God. There we go.
Watch as he sells this last second and takes an Odin.
He's just arguing with someone now. He's like, I want it though. I really want it.
Nix was like, yeah, you have to take a real rifle. Put an Odin.
Play with the good gun.
Well, I think like making the right decision. We're back on track for G2. Not looking to disrespect anymore. Still lots of players right up here. That Paranoia is going to catch 2, but up close. cNed makes the only play that counteracts what happened. One after another, they rush in and die. The cage alerting them to their presence. And G2 get a 12th on the board as easy as can be. What was that from cNed? They can only see me if I'm close. Let me dash right up next to them.
I think it was just at the timing of when it happened. Like, he probably just already made the decision, hit it, and pushed for it. It was just, that's super unlucky. cNed, it's been the unluckiest Jett I've ever seen in Valorant across 2 games. I feel bad for him, man.
I feel like I've seen him pop his ult 5 times. Like, out of maybe 7, and die instantly those 5 times. Like, it's ridiculous.
1 round is all G2 need, and it could be 13-9 in their favor. pyth starts off strong. cNed's trying to bounce away, but it's not going to happen. Headshots are landed. G2 looking for the clean sweep, looking to dominate as we expected. Can BBL turn this around, though? It's a 3v5. It's not impossible. pyth's just been healed up. He ran back to the Sage to get himself a little bit of protection. They're ensuring they make no mistakes here. Camera gone up as well. He's getting a good check around. Instantly taken out, which is going to give them the information. LEGOO's going to be spotted out as well. Doesn't matter what's happening. They're just going to push him. The aggression from G2 is in full force. Mixwell. He hasn't had the greatest of games or the greatest of series, but it doesn't really matter. The rest of his team's doing it, but he gets a kill through the cage. Why the hell not? He's going to continue to try and land shots. There's only one player left alive. It's the Omen, and G2 are fully in control. paTiTek looking to come from behind and take Aslan down, but it's not even needed. pyth gets the final kill, and G2 get the series 2-0. No problems at all. At times it looks scary. BBL certainly did impress on an individual level, but even